Hey guys, there's something I want to talk about. I want to talk about what's happening in South Africa, all the gender-based violence. I think that's something really important as a people, we as an African people need to talk about. Um, it's like every time I turn on my computer, I look at something happening in South Africa. It's always something very violent and heinous. I just heard, I just heard and saw yesterday that a grown man of 28 years old impregnated a 12-year-old girl in the Free State. How is that happening? Where are the parents? How come no one is watching over these kids? How come no one's protecting these kids? You know, and it's not just the gender-based violence in South Africa. It's also, the spaza shops. Why are people allowing their kids to go to spaza shops? They know that those shops are poisonous. They know that the food that the kids are going to consume, they know it's poisonous. They know the kids are either going to end up going to the hospital or passing away. Stop allowing your South African children to go to the spaza shops. South Africans, you guys need to stop being so prideful and allow other Black Africans to help y'all. This is an issue that y'all can't solve by yourselves. You know, you guys need other Black Africans to help you. And if you're too prideful to ask for help from other Black Africans, then reach out to the South African communities in the UK, in France, in England, in America, in Canada, New Zealand, Australia. Tell them to help y'all. Tell them to reach out to their members of parliament, their leaders, make a lot of noise, make a lot of ruckus, so that they won't ignore these issues, because those South Africans in those countries will be their constituents. They won't ignore these issues. And then those leaders can put pressure on Ramaphosa to end the gender-based violence, to end the the spaza shop epidemic in South Africa. Another thing I want to talk about is how gender-based violence is also very big in Kenya. It also needs to end there. You know, I always see a lot of protesting in Kenya about gender-based violence. On one of my episodes, I mentioned how a famous Kenyan track runner, she was unalived by her ex-boyfriend, or I think it was her boyfriend. That shouldn't be happening. Um, Also, in the country of Sudan, there's a war going on. That's war has been going on for over a year. It's not something a lot of people talk about. More people need to speak about that and what's happening in Sudan, because there's you know, not only is there a war, but that war is um, causing famine. It's causing malnutrition of the children. It's causing also gender-based violence. It's causing a lot of things to happen. And as a continent, we need to stand together, not stand apart or not be divided. We need to stand together and help each other out. You know, all the mistreatment of Africans, it's going to end when our leaders stand up, not only stand up to the West, but when our leaders stop being so greedy. Now, I noticed that Botswana got a new president. That's very good. I've seen some speeches given by the president, the newly elected president of Botswana. He seems to be a very good and fit leader for Botswana. Hopefully, he will do right by the people of Botswana. You know, hopefully he'll be very much like the current president of Burkina Faso, who stands up to France, who doesn't allow them to pillage their country anymore, or or the current president of Senegal, who also stands up to France. You know, but with that being said, remember, ask for help. Don't be too prideful, to not ask for help. Ask your relatives, if you have relatives in the UK or Germany or France or Canada or the US or Australia or New Zealand, South Africans, Kenyans, Sudanese, ask them for help. You know, make your voices heard so that international pressure we put on these countries and so that they can end the atrocities that are happening in each individual country. But thank you for listening to my stream.